Good morning and welcome to another episode of Back to the Past. Got quite a bit of highway traffic today. The state park must be tremendously busy. It's pretty windy. It's a Saturday. Unfortunately, there's been such a drought here this summer, the past 3 months, that the leaves are all staying green and they will probably drop green this year and not get any pretty colors. So I missed it for 2 years in a row. Last year it was because I got here just after a storm that blew them all away. Well, today I'm working on doing some excavation back up where my shop slash barn slash apartment is going to be. So I'm going to take it down. It's on, you can probably tell that there's quite a slope here. There'll probably be about, from the grade of the back of the barn to the front of the barn, about 4 feet difference in grade. So I want to try to bring that down, and I'm going to try to bring it down about 6 inches at a time until I get to where I want it to be. Where I want it to be is as high as possible so that I have a view over the trees behind me off into the valley, but I'm going to have to take it down a ways in order to have enough dirt to fill in front of the barn in order that I can park a vehicle there. So I'm guessing I've got about 1.5 to 2 feet to take down. I'm probably going to go 6 inches at a time until I get it where I want it. So stay tuned and here we go. Oh yeah, and quite a color combination, huh? From camouflage, purple, I'm wearing blue jeans and a red t-shirt. That's pretty outstanding, huh? I am going to set up the laser and check grade along the back side just to see roughly where it is. It still has a long way to go, so it doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but I am sort of curious and I want to keep it relatively level as I'm going down. What I'm doing is I'm excavating on the back side and then moving that dirt forward to the front side where it's low, and when I've got a good full bucket, I wheel roll what's there for compaction. This dirt really is good compacting material if the moisture content is right, and it's a little bit on the dry side since it's been a period of drought for quite some time now. Supposed to get some rain tomorrow night, but that doesn't do me a lot of good today. But I make the best of it. So stay tuned, we'll check grade and see where we stand. I thought I had my story pole here on the site, but I don't, so I'll do a little bit of jury rigging here. Good morning. It's a bit breezy here this morning, but otherwise a pretty delightful day. It's supposed to rain some this afternoon, but I've only got this hoe rented through today anyway, so that'll be okay. Then I'll take another break from it and come back probably in December, dig out the footings and pour footings then. But for today, I think I've got grade fairly well figured out to where I'm hoping to be. Pretty difficult to see, but I have a square footing on this corner and the far corner. And when I first started this project, I didn't really know which side was going to be for my sawmill, which of course won't have walls around it, will just be supported by a post front and back, and which side will actually be part of the building. And I've decided that this is going to be the part of the building. The main barn will be right in the center, 20 feet wide, 24 feet deep. And then we'll have a slope. That, of course, will have a second floor to it that I will use as an apartment, and I'll keep as an apartment for whenever I have guests and such. But it'll give me a place to live while I am doing the work on the old cabin itself, restoring that. So anyway, this top of this square footing is actually going to come off. So what I am shooting for then is putting a footing all the way around the building part, and then just the 2 square footings, one on the front, one on the back on the far end, and my sawmill will sit over there. And then I'll have to bring in a road from up there. There's actually an old gate that probably was used for a road at one time, obviously was used for a road at one time, and I will just clear that out and use that for access to the far end for being able to get logs into my sawmill. So what I've pretty much decided on, I think, is that my dirt level grade is going to be down here, which would be the bottom of this square footing or the top of the round footing that's below it. So I'll break this top little bit off to take care of that. Right now I got a bit of a hump in the middle that I'll take down first thing, and then I'm going to come back and I'll start digging everything right down to grade. I'm still about 6 inches low on the far end. I'm still about 9 inches high then on this end, and then any excess dirt that I have I'll use to build out in front of the building. So here we go. Stay tuned. Actually, I'll go into time lapse again for this. See you in a little while. Come and join me on the backhoe for a little while. Let's dig. Well, my doggone camera mount broke, so I am stuck with having it on the tripod. I can't suspend it overhead anymore until I get a new one. Sorry about that. We'll go back into some time lapse. I have everything pretty well rough graded now, all within a couple tenths of a foot. So I'm ready to do a little bit of excavation yet for the footings. I've got to go down a few more inches for those. I'll bring in a little bit of road base along this edge here. There'll be a footing that'll go most of the way across. The end section will just have a square footing front and back that'll support the roof load for that section of roof. And then everything else will be on spread footings, 8 inches thick, 16 inches wide. And then on the back side, I'll have to be putting in probably a 4-foot high concrete stem wall to be able to backfill against. And the one thing that I want to do is to run my rough plumbing behind that stem wall so it has some cover on it, and I've got to figure out a path to get to wherever my septic system is going to be, which would be behind the camera over toward the house. So those things are on tap for next time around. Getting maybe even start pouring footings. This Kubota, I'm sure most of you already know, or many of you can tell that that's really too small a machine for what I'm doing. It's too light to be able to use the front bucket, the loader bucket, to be able to dig into the ground, and it probably wouldn't have the power even if it did. So, but I really enjoy operating a backhoe. This area back here I want to be as low of impact as I possibly can. So that is kind of helping me with that too, keeping that impact minimized. We'll call this good for another episode. I thank you for joining me. Nice to share the time together here in Arkansas. Now cloudy and probably about to start raining the way it's feeling. It's a fine fall day, late October, and I'll be back in December to do a little bit more. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. I always appreciate that. Any comments that you have, I like hearing from you. Talk to you soon. See you on the next one. Bye.